like a divorce. I'm so sorry, but truly,
You know what?
I am
I believe you.
so sorry,
And so am I.
The ones I've sold are far away.
Hold up. If I was Mac, I'd be a little ticked off at the experts for setting me up with a 25-year-old old soul who really proved that she wasn't an old soul at all. What's up, guys? It's Liz Long, and this is your red wine recap of Married at First Sight Nashville. And may I suggest you pour a big glass tonight because last night's episode was quite a doozy. Not only did we have Domynique and Mac divorcing, but we had the family and friends episode where we host with their little Mexican type fiestas. And I said we would see her. Ah, yes, Airris' kissing cousin Felina is back, and Jasmine did not want her to come over to their fiesta. Go figure. I mean, this girl has been nothing but horrible to Jasmine. And Airris, I have a bone to pick with you, sir, because you invited her anyways. Horrible, horrible, Airris.
We got a housewarming coming up. I was going to invite you.
I'm not coming.
You know, it really seems like Airris is putting the cousin over his wife, Jasmine. And that's not cool. I mean, Jasmine said to him, I really don't want her coming over. And then the next day she apparently sent him a text saying, I don't want her to come over. Airris picked a bone with that because apparently she didn't do it soon enough. She didn't do it in the moment. Well, she pretty much did, Airris, when you said, write Felina's name down. And she was like, I don't really want to write her name down. So then the next day she gave it more thought and she said, I really don't want her to come over. So, Airris, I mean, come on, dude, what are you thinking? Okay, Felina speaks her mind. She's blunt. Jasmine isn't necessarily like that, but you know what? Jasmine did put her foot down in her own way, and you still went behind your wife's back and invited her anyways. That's just not cool. And what, is she your only friend? Is she like the only cousin out there floating around? Like, why are we seeing her so much? Whew, rant over.
Meanwhile,
Maybe, just maybe, 25 was too young. Do you think?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Oh, delusional Domynique, you infuriated me last night. Not only were you rejecting Pastor Cal's wise, realizations of, marriage is like this. It's got some bumps, it's got some hills, and, the ones that can last through them, they go on an upward trajectory. He said, you basically bailed out after the first bump, and that could not have been any more spot on. But Domynique wasn't hearing any of that. Even her mom, the one who signed her up for this, in her own gentle way, was trying to open up Domynique's eyes. Like, Domynique wasn't having any of it. As much as I've ranted so far, there definitely were some good moments last night. Particularly Gina and Clint had, a pretty good episode.
Our housewarming party was all females and Clint. So that was a big deal for me because he was just killing it. He's like, ladies, who wants a marg? Just had the best time. And I don't think I would ever think to be with a dude that would be like, oh yeah, I'll hang out with all the girls.
I never thought I'd say this, but Clint just keeps on impressing me episode by episode. And I'll give it to Gina. She did end up moving into the apartment, and she was being more open-minded last night. And she, told the group Clint was a great cook. And, she basically uplifted him in front of the group. So I thought that was nice. And, they were good last night. And the last couple I want to highlight are Chris and Nicole real quick. They had their little flamingo.
Matching shirts. This could be funny.
All right.
Do you want to wear this?
Will Chris give in and wear the shirt?
I personally want to pick that out. That's a little much for me. I appreciate the thought.
But it's okay.
Chris has to draw his line in the sand somewhere, right, guys? And actually, I think this was music to Nicole's ears. Again, one of my concerns with this couple is Chris is going to be so nice, and it's actually going to end up wearing on Nicole. Just kind of do you have an opinion of your own? Don't be so agreeable. So when Chris was saying, and I know it's small, but, take the small wins. And when Chris was saying, I don't want to wear the shirt, it's not really my style, Nicole's like, okay. I mean, she kind of had to pry it out of him, but it's something, guys. It's something. Yes, my MAFS lovers, we have reached that point in our recap where we give out the Spousey and Lousy Awards. And to start, for the Spousey Awards, I've got to give it to a handful of these friends. There were some good friends in there. Namely, I would like to point out Nicole's friend, Jasmine's aunt, and then Shaq and Kristen's whole group of friends. Nicole's friend picked up on the fact that Nicole was changing, that she was more vulnerable, that she could tell that Nicole was really, growing kind of into this relationship. She also, though, noted that you can't change who you are to protect him. So good job on you, friend. And then, of course, we had Jasmine's aunt. After Airris was saying, oh, yeah, Jasmine had a problem with Felina, Jasmine's aunt said,
officially you're married.
Right.
So you have to be able to make sure that your wife is comfortable.
And then finally, Shaq and Kristen's friends, this whole group is fun, including Shaq and Kristen. They can actually have a lot of fun together. And I really would love to see them as a couple. But I just don't think that they're going to get over that hump or at least Kristen's not going to get over the hump towards her physical attraction towards him. I just kind of see them more as like best friends. But who knows? Maybe that could end up being a really great foundation for them to build on. I hope so. I like all of them. The next Spousey is going to be Gina and Clint kind of as a package deal in this episode. I particularly loved it when Gina told the group, I think I can invite all of my salon girls over, and Clint's going to be like, what do you want? What do you want?
I know now I can have all the salon girls over and he'll be like,
Put
what do we wanna
extensions in
eat?
no
Like-
time.
And then finally, my last Spousey, it's going to go to poor Jasmine. I kind of am giving it to her out of sympathy because, I just felt really bad for her this episode. She's just been paired up with a dud. And I just want to be like, Airiss and cousin, you guys can have each other. And Jasmine just needs to be with somebody who at least like raises his octave level of voice, like above, Airiss is like, yeah, we went to Jamaica. Yeah, the honeymoon was great. Like, come on, pair her up with somebody who's got some personality. And then for the Lousies, I think we know where this is going. Delusional Domynique, Airris, Felina. I don't think I really need to expound anymore on why these three are in the Lousy this week. Guys, we have some previews for next week that are showing Chris and Nicole getting into some dicey, troubled waters, kind of like the Clint and Gina Slender, debacle. Well, this time we have Chris saying...
They asked, appearance-wise, I said beautiful smile, beautiful face. But I did say, a little thicker than I normally go for, but not in a bad way.
Ooh, I'm a little nervous about that. So we are down a couple. We have 4 couples left. And let me know what you guys think on our current state of affairs. Until then, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, guys.